Minister, I want to welcome you back to the refurbished House and thank you for loosening the purse strings to do a wonderful job on the historic Leinster House. The OPW is to be congratulated, a marvellous piece of work, but alas, that's not why we're here today. Just to give you, we're here at the request of Councillor Paddy McQuillan from Drogheda, and it's in relation to St Lawrence's Gate in Drogheda. Just to give you background to the issue, 2.5 years ago a committee was formed with the purpose of closing the historic iconic St Lawrence's Gate in Drogheda to public transport and instead opening the gate as a tourist attraction for the town. It's already listed on the Discover Ireland website as being widely regarded as one of the finest of its kind in Europe. However, with increased traffic through the town, the gate was being damaged, particularly by trucks that were being sent through it by satellite navigation systems. Indeed, Minister, I have some photographs of trucks stuck under the gate and the resulting wear and tear on its structure. There was great hope and excitement when the newly established committee got together in Louth County Council and a traffic management plan was designed and implemented and the gate was closed to traffic. Unbelievably, it is now 2 years on and the gate is still lying idle and a very busy tourist season has come and gone without the gates being open to the public as a visitor attraction. The road markings haven't even been removed. Minister, your predecessor and our independent colleague, Sean Kenny TD, visited the gate and pledged to make the gate fulfil its potential in terms of being open as a visitor's attraction. The gate was briefly open to the public during the 2 recent Flackyolds, and those events were sold out every single day. It would appear from the outset that as the councils own the surrounding land and the OPW own the protected structure, that the delay lies somewhere between both bodies. But it has proven very difficult for councillors and those involved in the campaign to have the gate reopened to get a definitive answer. Minister, this gate was built in 1280 and it has survived to the present day, but it needs careful work to protect the structure, especially in the South Tower, which I understand is structurally damaged and needs repair. Bringing the tower up to standards required to make it a safe and sustainable visitor attraction will require investment by your department. But I believe that time is of the essence here. Indeed, if we look at the work that was done here in Leinster House, there is no organisation better qualified to bring a building back to its original standard than your own department, Minister. County Louth have a very impressive tourism offering, an enviable built and natural heritage set in a unique location at the very heartbeat of Ireland's ancient East. The Council and its economic forum have a strong and achievable tourism plan with Drogheda as a gateway town at the centre of it, but sadly now without its historic gate. What I would like to know, Minister, today is what plans you have for the renovation of the tower, and secondly, when the people of Drogheda can expect the gate to be fully restored and open to the public for tourism business. Thanks very much indeed, Minister.
Thank you, Senator. Minister.
Thank you very much, Senator. Can I start off by thanking you and your welcome words to my OPW staff and colleagues, but I also want to thank the House of Oireachtas and the Chiefs. It's a tremendous job, well done. People might complain in terms of what it costs to do up Leinster House, but when people peel back the plaster and see the damage, but when you see the finished article, it's a house for the future, and I wish all the senators the best of luck in the year ahead. As the Senator will be aware, St Lawrence's Gate building is an iconic structure in Drogheda, and it's instantly recognisable as a very visible reminder of the ancient town defences. It is in fact a 13th century Barbican gate as one of the entry points to the town in the medieval times. It is a strong visual reminder of Drogheda's past. The major issue with the gate in recent years has been, in fact, the roadway through it was used for ordinary traffic, proposed up till ordinary traffic purposes up until 2017, when the following decision was the local authority that vehicles will be rerouted away from the archway. It was the view of the Office of Public Works at the time that this was essential to prevent further physical injury to the monument, as repeated vehicle strikes had given rise to a serious cause of alarm over the years, and there was a genuine fear that the monument might be compromised or even terminally damaged. I know that the OPW was very relieved when the difficult decision was taken locally to remove the traffic threat from the area, and I applaud the members and the executive of Louth County Council for taking that decision. Having resolved the traffic issue, The request obviously arises to what steps is necessary to realise the full potential of the gate and how to reopen it to the public, thereby creating a new focal point and a tourism attraction in the town. This needs the cooperation of both the OPW, the Department of Culture and Heritage in the Gaeltacht and the local authority, which all have a role to play. There is no doubt that this is an extremely challenging proposition and one that's fraught with difficulty. There are two major issues that present themselves: how to arrange a safe access to the interior of what is an extremely compact and confined space in a way that is suitable and enjoyable for visitors, and how to deal with the multiple serious structural issues in the building in the way to preserve the stability and structural integrity. The gate building can be, in fact, be visited by on a special arrangement that has been open to the public previously. This was done on a number of occasions and foot of special arrangements made as part of the Heritage Week and recent Flag Ceoils and other local festivals, as you mentioned. I can confirm that the building will continue to be available to be opened on requests for special events. These limited openings have proved to be very popular and served as a direct reminder of all the pride that the locals have in this landmark building and the potential it holds to the visitors' attractions in Drogheda. Bearing this in mind, in the period since the traffic closure, the OPW and Louth County Council have cooperated to engage and try to find a way so the gate can be open to the public on a continuous basis. The Council has, I know, also prioritised proposals in relation to creating a landscape plan for the surrounding area and developing a public realm project to improve the immediate area of the building. The single most serious and pressing issue which is causing a difficulty, however, is the implementing of the progress of the structural condition of the building, and this has been prioritised over any other question since it calls into the question the continued stability of the monument. Following the structural assessment in early 2017, external consultants engineers working for the OPW, major cracks and structural weaknesses have been discovered, which have significantly compromised the building. This means that in the view of both the OPW and the structural consultants, the building is unsafe for unrestricted general access, and although the OPW can continue to open it under supervision for special occasions, it cannot be fully opened for visitor attractions in the current condition. The OPW has been working on the development of a scheme of works and contentious problem which assists of engineers and is aiming to bring a positive and advanced project at the site when it's concluded. I have to caution the Senator that this is a very complex and challenging work proposal, and the OPW is not in a position to say when this will be concluded and the stability of the buildings provided. The OPW is conscious of the need to progress the project. However, there is a significant number of urgent and pressing needs at other monuments in the Louth Meath area, and resources will at this time have to be prioritised to deal with these issues. I appreciate this will cause some disappointment, and I assure the locals we're hopeful that the gate will soon become a favourite attraction for visitors. I regret that this will not be achievable in the short term.
Thank you, Minister. Supplementary, Senator.
Very quickly, Minister, I fully understand the limitations that are placed on your department, and I know that you have calls from all corners of the country for various projects with monuments. I suppose the important one here is there is a possibility for payback by having it open as a tourist attraction within the town of Drogheda. So when you go back to your department, you might discuss with your officials how we might move the project forward. I do appreciate it's complex, it's not simple, and given that it's across 3 different organisations makes it even more difficult. But I know the councillors in Drogheda that I met with on this specific issue are willing to work with you in any way they can in order to see the thing open for Drogheda as the gateway to the ancient East. Thank you, Minister.
Yeah, the Senators, and I will go back, but I can assure you I'm working with the local authority up there also, as I have a number of different issues up there that I suppose working with them the whole time on it. But this is a serious structural issue, and while my department have consultants in looking at it, viewing it, we still have to find monies and resources to make it what I feel a proper attraction. I have no problem saying to you that it's opening on a base to base for different events, and I was very much influential on making that happen last year when they came with the Flag Ceol, and it's also with the local festivals, and I'll continue to do that and make it as open as possible I can for the people. But until we get, I would say, money to make it, to do it what people want is a building up for the future, I'll work to that as well. Okay?
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Minister, and thank you, Senator.